Hi, we're going to look at two-point perspective today. We're going to be following the same rules as you learnt during your first task creating these cubes and cuboids. Just to recap on the skills that we learnt the last time, we follow the vertical lines and also the lines that go back to both vanishing points on the left and the right of the page. So now as we turn the page, we're going to create a house or a street of houses using exactly the same skills. That hopefully will look something like this. So let's start by drawing a vertical line somewhere near the center, maybe a little to the left, like this. And then we'll draw lines to the vanishing points, and they are very, very light construction lines at this point. Firstly to the left, and then to the right, remembering always to keep these construction lines as light as possible. And now I'm going to draw the edges of what's going to be the house on the left and on the right. These can now be harder, darker lines to show the outline, and I'm going to do the same as well to the bottom of the house, just these two lines showing the base. Okay, so the next stage then is to start thinking about the roof, and I'm going to pick a line somewhere about the center of this line here and go up vertically to mark a little point here. And now I'm going to draw the profile of the roof. This is where we go away from the rules I mentioned earlier, and I don't go toward the vanishing point, just make the roof look about right, like that. And now I'm going to draw the ridge, the top of the roof, and this now goes all the way back to the vanishing point again, likely to start off with, and then I'll go parallel. So I'll just put this little detail in here, just where the roof hangs over the wall at the front and the back of the house. And now I'm going to take this parallel line from the edge of the roof over to the other side of the house and draw a little line here, and then finish off with the ridge, just like that, and the front of the roof. And now I'm going to put in the front door for the house. The door will come about here somewhere in the middle, and I'm going to draw a vertical line showing one edge of the doorway here, and bring then a very light line, construction line, from the top of the door to the vanishing point on the right, and then I can just finish off the doorway. Like that. And now the windows, and I'm going to start with very, very light lines again, just to give me the edges of the windows here and on the right hand side. And now I'll start drawing in the bottoms of the windows, again going towards this vanishing point. And the top of the windows just above the door, here and here. I'll just finish off these windows with the vertical lines a little bit darker. Now the top of the windows, the upstairs windows, and the bottom, again between those vertical lines that we put in earlier. And I'll put in the top of the middle window. And just fill in the detail a little heavier. This mechanical pencil works really well here. It's nice and fine and gives me plenty of control. But if you only have a normal pencil, then just make sure it's sharp, and a normal HB pencil will do the same. So just finishing off the detail for the windows, like that. We can come back later and add some more detail in the windows if you want to, but for now I'm just going to add a little window at the side here. We'll do the same again, but this time working towards the vanishing point on the left, and the top of the window comes here somewhere. Here we are, just very lightly to start off with, and then we put in the detail. So now that we've got the one house, we can extend and we can develop a street of houses if we want, just by following these lines towards the vanishing point at the right again. So we'll just draw these in, and I'm going to draw a vertical line over here just to show the edge of that one house, and follow parallel to the line of the roof just to show the edge of the roof here. And I'm going to follow these lines towards the vanishing point again for the tops of the windows and the upstairs windows in the same way. And I'll just draw in this doorway and then continue with the windows. Just reminding you once again that these lines, the tops of the windows and the bottom of the windows, all go towards that same vanishing point and follow the same lines, and the same for the top of the doorway as well. I do apologise for this shadow my hand is casting. If I do another video, I'm going to have to look at my lighting setup again. This isn't ideal. Something like that. And then if you want to, you can take away some of these construction lines just so we can see the detail more clearly. You could always carry on and add extra houses along the line if you wanted to as well. I'm now going to add a footpath, and the footpath comes along the side of the house from the vanishing point at the left to a point just below the corner of the house here, and then going back towards the vanishing point at the right, like that. We'll just come down very slightly vertically and draw another one just to show the height of the footpath away from the road. Again, both lines going towards that same vanishing point here. And there's a roadway that comes past the side of the house. So this is going to show the white line in the middle of the road, about there. And then if I continue this pathway line all the way down here, that's going to be a junction where another road comes to meet at a junction here. It's very important to remember that these follow the same line. And then that road goes all the way back to the vanishing point here. And then we'll add some detail in for the white line that comes down the middle of this road. And a few markings just to show the white lines at the junction. Just like that. Now you can do whatever you want with this street. I'm going to add a little building to the left here. I think it's going to be a garage for this house, and following the same rules again, vertical line, and then this line brings me back to this vanishing point, and that's the other side of the garage there. And I'm going to pick a line at the center just above here, and that's going to be my roof line. Just draw in my roof. Like that. Just get these details in the corners right. And the top of the garage comes back just behind the house. Actually, that's not quite right. I'll just draw that again in there and rub away my mistakes. There we are, and the bottom of the roof comes in here. All lines going back to that vanishing point again. And I'll add some detail in for the doorway. Maybe just a few lines just to show some kind of garage door here, again all going back to that same vanishing point. Like that. Now we can do lots of different things. I'm just going to add a few trees here just for effect, and the trees do the same thing. The trees get smaller as they work their way towards that vanishing point. And there we are. It's the start of a street of houses. Just remember the rules. Everything goes towards the vanishing point. I'm sure you could add more detail. I'll just add this side of the road in there. Excellent. Now it's your chance to have a go. Good luck.